Well, hello there cats and kittens, it's very exciting to have you. And have you noticed anything? Yes! You're seeing a bit of my house today, I'm so excited. I've got lots of cool stuff back here. And back here, you can see. And this is just a small portion of what is here in our house. So yeah, I thought it would be fun to do a tutorial in front of a backdrop of a bit of my belongings. Today I'm going to take you through how to use eyebrow stencils. They're something that I find quite handy when you want a really defined look, especially if you're trying to get a pin-up makeup look. They are fantastic. So if you would like to try them out and have been a bit scared to give them a go, have a look at my tutorial and hopefully that will be handy for you, give you a bit more confidence to give it a try. Often when people have overplucked their eyebrows, lost their eyebrows through chemotherapy, or just want a really defined eyebrow look, when they first start doing their eyebrows, they sort of find it really daunting. I know I did. I'd done makeup for years, but even for me, when I started doing pin-up makeup, I found it really tricky to do eyebrows. Some days I still do, but luckily today is a good eyebrow day. So I'm going to take you through the steps, and they're really easy for doing an easy eyebrow stencil. So, are you ready? Are you ready, rock steady? Let's go! Okay, so today we're going to go through eyebrow stencils. These are something I find quite handy, so I'm going to go through how I use them and how you can give them a try. So first of all, I'll show you, this is an eyebrow stencil. This is one that came with a kit that I got. Oh, there's a thunderstorm outside, I don't know if you can hear that. A brand called Christian. Now, first thing I always do is I clean my stencil. So just grab a tissue and clean off any makeup that's on there from last time. Remember to clean both sides because you're going to be using both sides today. What I tend to do is they often come in thin, thick and medium. I often use the thin one because you can sort of see I've cracked that one a bit. Because you can always sort of build around what you do with your stencil, but it's up to you. If you want to use a wider one, you can. Now, the powder I got from Christian is actually a black powder, but I'm not going to do black eyebrows today. I'm actually going to use the powder from, this is by NYX. NYX definitely don't test on animals. This is their Taupe and Ash eyebrow cake powder set. You can see it comes with 2 little brushes and eyebrow wax and 2 colours of powder. They have got quite a wide variety of eyebrow powders, so that's pretty handy. Okay, so we've got our stencil. I'm going to pop it up to the eyebrow. Get it lined up as best as you can. They never fit my eyebrows perfectly, so you just have to do the best you can. And then, if you can see what I'm doing there, filling inside the stencil with the powder. Now, you might need to reposition it while you're doing it because if your eyebrow doesn't fit the stencil. Now you can sort of see, it's a bit hard to do in front of the computer and also show you and do it properly without going everywhere, but it's actually quite easy normally, and then you just need to do a little bit of a clean up. So I've got a cotton tip, just use a cotton tip to clean up if it's gone outside the lines. Now you can still see already from one eye to the other, that's a big improvement straight away, but then you can also then work on that even further. So grab your eyebrow powder, grab your little angle brush. A lot of kits come with an angle brush, the Christian ones do as well. And just carefully fill in any little bits that you need to. Like, so my eyebrow, whoops, knocking things over. My eyebrows are a bit thicker, obviously, here than the stencil, but I like them to be quite narrow out here. So what I do is I go back and I fill in a little bit here, but not too much. And then just do a little bit along there. If it's a bit too far outside the lines, again, go back get your cotton tip and just tidy it up. Now you can see straight away from one side to the other side what a dramatic difference that makes. Now obviously these are also incredibly handy if you are going through some kind of chemotherapy or treatment like that and you lose all your eyebrows. I'm a volunteer with Look Good Feel Better. They're a charity that is supported by the cosmetic industry, and we're basically going to hospitals and venues and we show usually ladies, but also can be men as well, how to apply makeup and wigs and things like that to help them to look good and feel better, because obviously that's a very difficult time for a lot of people. So anyway, a little bit of a plug there. Look Good Feel Better, they're great, do a lot of good work, and if you look them up, they're all over the world. Anyway, quick little, they didn't pay me to say that. I just think they're great. Yay. Okay, gonna do the other eye now. How exciting! It's raining outside, can you hear it? It's gone really dark outside. Oh! We're blacked out! Okay, so we had a blackout, but we're back on with the tutorial. So, when you go to your other eye, you need to obviously clean your stencil again, carefully. If you're too enthusiastic like I was, you'll rip it another time. So, grab our little NYX. We grab our angle brush, quite small brushes, that's okay. And we get a little bit of the, going the wrong way in the camera there, a little bit of the brown powder. Now, just be aware that when you do this, you can get powder down here. There's a couple of ways you can avoid that. You can try popping sort of tissue under here while you do it, but it's a bit hard to hold it that way. Other people do a thing where they'll actually pop some excess translucent powder under there so that when they're finished they can just brush it off. That's also another very good idea. That's fine as long as you've got sort of normal or normal to oily skin. I try to use a minimum of powder or no powder because I've got quite dry skin. It just makes me look crusty. Okay, so I'm going to do the other eye. Oh, I've done that eye. Whoops. Confused. So, hold it up again, as you can sort of see. Try and fit it to your natural eyebrow shape as much as possible. Like so. So you can sort of see I'm holding it there over where my eyebrow is. You get your eyebrow powder, and you fill inside the stencil like so. Make sure that's straight. So what I'm doing is I'm actually colouring in inside the stencil. Now this is a brown powder I'm using. It's kind of like an ashy brown, so it's going to look a bit more natural. So you can sort of see there I've coloured it in. Take off the stencil. Oh, it's magic! Look how nice it looks. But to match up with the other eye, you can sort of see, we're going a bit close, you can sort of see I've got eyebrows that are outside of where the stencil was. Now, you can avoid that by either having a wider stencil, or because I quite like the shape of the end of the stencil, I use that stencil but I just fill out a little bit more here. So, and you just do a little bit at a time. That's the key. Don't try and overdo it and try and do it all at once, because what will happen is it will turn into a big red hot mess. So you just do a little bit at a time. And try and even them up. Take it through the end there, and then we take another cotton tip and we just clean up any little bits that are in the wrong place. But overall, I think that's turned out pretty well, don't you? You can, which one is it? This one? No, this one needs a little bit more powder in here. To even it up. So you can always go back and add a bit more powder later. So that's how I use eyebrow stencils. I think it's quite handy also to put a little bit of extra as well as the stencil, because it gives it a more natural shape, I think, than if you just use the stencil on its own. But if you want really perfect eyebrows, you could do the stencil. Now the only problem is if the stencil isn't the right shape for your eyebrows. So you can sometimes put concealer over your eyebrows and then the eyebrow stencil, but for someone like me, my eyebrows are quite dark and I don't really want to, I already tweezed them quite a bit, so I don't really want to go and tweeze them any harder just to fit in the stencil. So I've gone with a bit more natural shape today, but I think it looks quite nice. If you're going to have a bit more of a dramatic look, you can have the black as well. Oops, sorry, I'm bumping the table. Yeah, you could go with the black powder, which is what this one Christian kit came with, sort of a almost black, like an ebony colour. It's quite nice. Another little trick for you. One last little trick. If you want to define your eyebrows a little bit more, you can grab a concealer. This is another concealer that I use. It's Kick-Ass Concealer by Soap and Glory. It's pretty awesome. I like the Soap and Glory products. They're really nice. They don't test on animals. This one is quite fantastic because it comes with 2 shades and a little translucent powder as well. How good is that? So what you can do is, I'm going to use the yellowier shade, and you can actually just pop a little bit here around your eyebrows, see, to give yourself a bit more definition. So it'll just define your brows a bit more. Same under there. I mean, bear in mind that it's probably best to do your eyeshadow after you do this step. But see, you can sort of see, you see that, how defined they look? So I'll just do the other side to match up. Blend my eyebrow, my eyeshadow back in again, because I wasn't really, I'd already done my eyeshadow. So yeah, that is another way to get spiffy brows. So what do you reckon? I reckon that's pretty awesome. So yeah, I'd highly recommend you giving stencils a go. You can also use things like with the NYX, they come with the wax. I don't tend to use the wax a lot. You can also use this like a mascara wand that comes with the kit. You can use that to kind of blend in the powder if you want, to give it a bit more even coverage. So you could do stuff like that if you wanted to do that as well. It depends on you, it depends on what look you're going for. I'll do some other tutorials where I just draw them in by hand, but I often find that a combination of stencils and drawing and powders gives you a great effect, but you can just do stencils on their own. So I hope that was really handy and that you had fun. Don't be afraid to give stencils a try. They're not so hard. Do it on a day when you don't have to go out and no one will ever know how bad it was. That's what I used to do. Yeah, and you'll just get better. I mean, I'm not perfect at it either. It's like an art. Eyebrows are like an art. They're never perfect, so don't be too hard on yourself. Just give it a try. I hope you have a great week, and thank you so much for watching once again. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, tell your friends, and make sure you subscribe for all the fun stuff that's coming up here on the channel. Also, I have a blog. I don't know if you know about the blog. It's on kittyvontastique.com, and you can go there, and you can also subscribe on Blog Lovin' to it. And it's real, like, you can tell I'm really excited. Got my excited voice on. And yeah, you can subscribe, and then when I update it, you'll get notified and stuff. And yeah, because I pop extra stuff on there, extra little secrets, photos and info and tips and tutorials too coming up. So woo! Hope you had fun. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, as I say, Blog Lovin' as well. So yeah, come say hi. I love it. I love it when you say hi. It's fantastic. Now, you have a great week. I am very excited to see you again soon. And yeah, this has been Kitty Von Tastique, and that's it. There's no Chuggly today. No Chuggly today. I might throw in a photo of Chuggly when she's 2 weeks old. She's so cute. You have a great day now. See ya! See ya!